Hello friends, welcome to Single Player. What are the best walking simulator games on PS4? Walking simulators are a genre of games that focus on storytelling and exploration rather than combat and puzzles. They are often peaceful, immersive, and emotional experiences that let you discover the world and the characters at your own pace. Some of them have branching paths, choices, and endings, while others are more linear and scripted. But they all share a common goal: to make you feel something. We have tried to compile a list of some of the most acclaimed, popular, and memorable walking simulators on PS4, based on various sources and reviews. So, without further ado, let's begin our quest. In this video, you'll find a list of the top 10 best walking simulator games on PS4. If you are looking for a game that will make you scream, sweat, and shiver, then look no further than Amnesia Collection. This bundle includes 3 games that will take you on a terrifying journey through dark and twisted worlds, where you have to face your own fears and madness. Amnesia Collection is a masterpiece of horror that will keep you on the edge of your seat from start to finish. The first game, Amnesia: The Dark Descent, is a classic survival horror game that puts you in the shoes of Daniel, a man who wakes up in a mysterious castle with no memory of his past. The second game, Amnesia: Justine, is a short but intense expansion that challenges you to survive a series of deadly trials set by a sadistic woman named Justine. The third game, Amnesia: A Machine for Pigs, is a different take on the Amnesia formula, focusing more on the story and atmosphere than the gameplay. Dear Esther Landmark Edition is a game that defies the conventional expectations of what a game should be. It is a beautiful and haunting exploration of a mysterious island, where the player is guided by a voice reading fragments of a letter. The game is not about action, puzzles, or combat, but about experiencing a story that unfolds through the environment, the sound, and the narration. The game is a remastered version of the original Dear Esther, which was released in 2012 as a mod for Half-Life 2. The Landmark Edition features improved graphics, a new soundtrack, and a director's commentary mode that reveals the creative process behind the game. The game is a short but memorable journey that will leave you with a lot of questions and emotions. It is a game that challenges the boundaries of the medium and invites you to reflect on the themes of love, loss, guilt, and redemption. If you are looking for a game that is different, artistic, and immersive, Dear Esther Landmark Edition is a game you should try. Gone Home is a game that defies the conventional expectations of what a game should be. It is not about action, combat, or puzzles, but about exploration, discovery, and storytelling. Gone Home invites you to immerse yourself in the life of a family that you have never met, but whose secrets and struggles you will uncover as you wander through their empty house. Gone Home is a game that makes you feel like you are home, even if you are not. Gone Home is a game that deserves praise for its originality, creativity, and emotional impact. It is a game that challenges you to think, feel, and empathize with characters that are only present through their belongings and messages. Gone Home is a game that shows you the power of interactive storytelling, and how a simple premise can lead to a rich and memorable experience. Gone Home is a game that you should not miss. The Unfinished Swan is a game that invites you to explore a world of wonder and mystery. You play as Monroe, a young boy who follows a swan that has escaped from a painting into a surreal kingdom. Using a magical paintbrush, you can reveal the hidden secrets of the environment, and discover the story of the lonely king who created it. The game is a beautiful blend of art and gameplay, with stunning visuals and a captivating soundtrack. The Unfinished Swan is a game that will challenge your imagination and touch your emotions. The game is available on PS4 and PS Vita, and it has been enhanced for the new hardware. The game runs smoothly and looks sharper, with improved lighting and shadows. The game also supports remote play, so you can enjoy it on the go. The game is a cross-buy title, so you only need to buy it once and you can play it on both platforms. The game is also compatible with PS5, so you can experience it on the next generation of consoles. The Unfinished Swan is a game that deserves to be played by everyone who loves adventure and creativity. It is one of the best games of the previous generation, and it is even better on the new one. The Vanishing of Ethan Carter is a captivating and immersive game that takes you on a journey of mystery and discovery. You play as Paul Prospero, a detective with paranormal abilities who receives a letter from a boy named Ethan Carter, asking for help. You must investigate the disappearance of Ethan's family in their small town, and uncover the dark secrets that lie beneath the surface. The game features stunning graphics, realistic environments, and a haunting soundtrack that create a rich and atmospheric experience. The game does not hold your hand, but lets you explore the open world at your own pace, and use your intuition and deduction skills to solve the puzzles and mysteries. The game also has a strong narrative, with well-written characters and dialogues, and a surprising twist at the end. The Vanishing of Ethan Carter is not a typical horror game, but rather a walking simulator that focuses on story and exploration. The game is not very long, but it is very memorable and rewarding. The game is a masterpiece of interactive storytelling, and a must-play for fans of the genre. Soma is a walking simulator game that offers a gripping and immersive experience of exploring an underwater research facility after a global catastrophe. The game features a rich and atmospheric story that explores themes of identity, consciousness, and what it means to be human. The game also challenges the player to make moral choices and deal with the consequences of their actions. Soma is a game that will stay with you long after you finish it. The game is developed and published by Frictional Games, the creators of the acclaimed horror games Amnesia: The Dark Descent and Penumbra. The game is available for PlayStation 4, as well as Windows, Linux, and OS X. The game has received generally favorable reviews from critics and players, who praised its story, voice acting, and sound design, but criticized its enemy encounters and lack of replay value. Soma is a game that deserves your attention if you are looking for a deep and thought-provoking adventure. Everybody's Gone to the Rapture is a stunning and immersive walking simulator game that takes you on a journey through a deserted English village where something mysterious and tragic has happened. The game is a masterpiece of storytelling, as you follow the traces of the people who lived and died there, and uncover the secrets of their lives and relationships. The game is not about action or puzzles, but about exploration and discovery, and the emotional impact of witnessing the end of a world. The game features beautiful graphics, atmospheric music, and superb voice acting that bring the village and its inhabitants to life. The game is not linear, but allows you to explore the different areas and scenes at your own pace, and in any order you choose. The game is not a horror game, but a poignant and haunting reflection on humanity, loss, and connection. The game is not for everyone, but for those who appreciate a slow and thoughtful experience, it is a game that will stay with you long after you finish it. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe is a game that plays you. It is a brilliant and hilarious exploration of choice, freedom, and storytelling in video games. You will play as Stanley, an office worker who finds himself in a bizarre situation where his every action is narrated by a mysterious voice. You will make choices, or have them taken away from you, and discover the consequences of your actions. You will experience multiple endings, some funny, some tragic, some mind-blowing. You will question your own agency, your own reality, and your own sanity. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe is not just a remaster of the original game from 2013. It is an expanded and improved version that adds new content, new choices, and new secrets to the game. It also features a visual upgrade, accessibility options, and localization of in-world text. If you are looking for a game that will challenge your expectations, make you laugh, and surprise you with every turn, then you should definitely check out the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. It is a game that you will never forget. Firewatch is a captivating adventure game that immerses you in the role of Henry, a fire lookout in the Wyoming wilderness. You will explore a stunningly beautiful and dynamic environment, interact with a realistic and engaging character, and unravel a gripping mystery that will keep you hooked until the end. Firewatch is more than just a walking simulator, it is a journey of discovery, emotion, and choice. If you are looking for a game that will challenge your mind, touch your heart, and dazzle your eyes, Firewatch is the perfect choice. The game features excellent voice acting, a rich and original soundtrack, and a gorgeous art style inspired by the National Park Service posters. Firewatch is a game that will stay with you long after you finish it, and make you want to revisit it again and again. Firewatch is a masterpiece of storytelling and design, and one of the best games of 2016. What Remains of Edith Finch is a game that will touch your heart and make you think about the meaning of life and death. It is a collection of stories about the Finch family, each one revealing the fate of a different member on the day of their demise. You play as Edith, the last surviving Finch, who returns to her childhood home to uncover the secrets of her ancestors. The game is a masterpiece of storytelling, with each story having its own unique style and gameplay. You will experience the lives of the Finches through various perspectives, such as a child's imagination, a comic book, a horror film, and more. The game is not only a walking simulator, but a journey through the emotions and memories of a family that has been cursed by tragedy. The game is also a visual treat, with stunning graphics and sound design. The Finch house is a marvel of architecture, filled with details and surprises. The game creates a rich atmosphere that immerses you in the world of the Finches. The game also has a beautiful soundtrack that complements the mood and tone of each story. The game is not very long, but it is very memorable and impactful. It is a game that will stay with you long after you finish it. Okay friends, so that was our version of the top 10 best walking simulator games on PS4. If you have any questions, suggestions, criticisms, or in your opinion there are other best PS4 walking simulator games that should be on that list, don't hesitate to write them down in the comments below. Of course, we will provide more game information in the future, so subscribe and keep watching Single Player to get other interesting game information from us. Thanks for watching and see you next time.